Well, hello everybody. Welcome to Vinyl Treasures. I'm your host, Johnny G. John Galindo, coming to you live each and every Thursday, only here on YouTube. I apologize for being late, but I don't know, this week I got behind the eight ball on Sunday and just was a little bit behind, so it kind of delayed me to prepare for this show this afternoon. So thank you all for being patient and waiting for me. Charlene will be in momentarily. She is sharing the scans on YouTube. But I decided to continue with the All 78 show, at least for this week. Next week I'll have a special in-studio guest, Bill Olb, with his second gospel special. So he will be here next Thursday afternoon for that. So it gives me a little bit of a break here to try to get these records in order. And we opened up with this All 78 show with tenor saxophonist Freddie Mitchell and his orchestra, signed with Larry Newton's Derby label back in 1949. He would have about 22 releases on the label. That was his seventh. A song he co-wrote called Rockin' with Coop, C-O-O-P. And I think it was only available on a 78, released in April of 1950. Freddie Mitchell Orchestra there on the Derby label with Rockin' with Coop. I got to ask Darren in Connecticut, and maybe because sometimes I just don't know why, sometimes on the 78s, not that it looks like it has a bumpy surface, but it looks like that it's kind of hazy and kind of weird looking. It's not the clear shellac thing, and I don't know if it's an aging process or what. And I was talking with Frank Chingaro about the 78s, and some of the earlier 78s, they have a little bit of a surface noise. They're not as clear as some of the ones later on in the mid 1950s and whatnot. So I have some some really old 78s today. We're going to actually cut one from 1944 originally, but I got some later ones too, so we're going to kind of run the gamut like I do on a Saturday night. Some of them are pretty much, I don't want to play, I got a lot that are trashed. I don't want to play those. I only want to play the ones that really sound pretty decent. You may hear some pops and whatnot on some of the other ones, but at least if it plays pretty decent to enjoy, that's the way I look at it. And maybe I'll sell these other ones to Braden. If Braden wanted to come over and look at some of the 78s, I'll have a bunch for him to go through. But anyway, let's open up the vocal portion here with an up-tempo tune, as I normally do on the Saturday night show. You all know this group from Harlem, New York, first recording as the Five Willows on the PD record label. Other releases followed on Allen and also on the Herald label. When they signed with Morty Craft's Melba label, they dropped the Five and just became the Willows. This is their first release on the Melba record label. It features the late Tony Middleton on lead, and this record did chart nationally, number 62 on the Billboard chart. It did well on the R&B chart, number 11, and it also was a big number 3 record on WAFB in Baton Rouge, Louisiana. Let's go to February of 1956. We open up the vocal portion today with the Willows on the Melba label. It's called Church Bells May Ring.
Church bells may ring, church bells may ring, church bells may ring, and surely, darling, the angels will sing. I tell you, darling, you're queen of my throne. You should have known, sweetheart, sweetheart. Well, the church bells may ring, and surely my own. I'll give you anything that I own. You should have known, sweetheart. Oh, sweetheart. Hello, hello, my friend. I hope that you're on it again. Ling, 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 ling. Well, ling, 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 no. I love you, darling, and I want you for my own. I'll give you anything that I own. You should have known. Church bells may ring, church bells may ring, church bells may ring, church bells may ring, church bells may ring,
There you go. That's our opener, February 56 release there. That's Tony Middleton and the Willows on the Melba record label. First presses of that should read Church Bells Are Ringing, which is on a 78 too, by the way, which I do not have. Well, actually, I do have it, but it's trashed. I can't play it. There you go. But those Church Bells May Ring, that had some wear to it, but what do you want for 5 cents on a 78? And we count down the music chronologically here on the All 78 show, and it's probably the best way to do it, I think, especially with these early sides here. And this is, I don't think I've ever played a record originally released in 1944 here on the show, but that's what this one was, released in October of 54, although this press I don't think is a 1944 Decca press. I just don't know the presses. I'm not too familiar with the 78 logo styles, but it says the Personality series, and I don't think that was the case for these Deccas. They might have been blue. I don't know, possibly, but anyway, between the years 1940 and 1949, the Ink Spots scored well over 30 hits for the U.S. pop charts, with 18 of them in the top 10. Now, this was the group's first Billboard #1 hit. This was released in October of 1944 on the Decca label when they teamed up with a female singer, Ella Fitzgerald. So here are the Ink Spots with a duet lead of Bill Kenny and Ella Fitzgerald on the Decca label, originally released in October of 1944. It's called I'm Making Believe.
I'm making believe that you're in my arms, though I know you're so far away. Making believe I'm talking to you, wish you could hear what I say. And here in the gloom of my lonely room, we're dancing like we used to do. Making believe is just another way of dreaming, so till my dreams come true, I'll whisper goodnight, turn out the light and kiss my pillow, making believe it's you.
Making believe that you're in my arms, though I know you're so far away. Making believe I'm talking to you, wish you could hear what I say. And here in the gloom of my lonely room, we're dancing like we used to do. Making believe is just another way of dreaming, so till my dreams come true, I'll whisper goodnight, turn out the light and kiss my pillow, making believe it's you.
of my lonely room, we're dancing like we used to do.
Making believe is just another way of dreaming. So till my dreams come true, I'll whisper good night, turn out the light and kiss my pillow, making believe it's you.
There you go. What do you think about that? That's October 1944, really early side there for the Ink Spots and Ella Fitzgerald. That is a Bill Kenny and Ella Fitzgerald on lead, that duet there. Making Believe from October 44 on the Decca label. That is the Personality series. I mean, Darren, if you think that is the true, I mean, the numbering sequence, I mean, it's the gold lettering. But I also have the Personality series with like Bill Haley and the Comets. So I don't know if those are old labels or what, but anyway, it was in the box. I figured I'd give it a spin. I hope you like it, folks. These early sides here, I never play these records here on the program, so this is a first time for your host Johnny G here. So let's continue here, and let's move into the year 1945 now. As the leader of this group was a member of the Ink Spots, who you just heard, but there was some dissension between him and Bill Kenny, so he was kind of banned from the group, and he formed his own group, and he called them the Brown Dots. They signed with Irving Berman's Manor record label, Manor Records, out of Newark, New Jersey, and at their first session, which was held March 17th of 1945, they recorded this song, which was a poem written by group member Pat Best when he was in elementary school. It was released in the summer of 1945 and was the group's second release on the Manor label. Of course, this song would later be covered by so many artists and groups through the years. Now, this is the true original. It features Joe King on lead. Now, the covers of this song are variations in the title, like For Sentimental Reasons, I Love You for Sentimental Reasons, but this is the original title. It's called Sentimental Reasons from August 45. It's Deke Watson. Did I say that right? Yeah, Deke Watson and the Brown Dots on the Manor label, the original version of Sentimental Reasons.
I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I'll give you my heart. I love you, and you alone was meant to be. Please give your loving heart to me and say we'll never part. I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely whenever you're inside. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I've given you my heart. I love you, darling, for sentimental reasons. And I swear by all stars above, I'll give you my heart. You know, darling, I need you, and you alone were meant to be with me until eternity. And I do hope we'll never never part.
I think of you every morning, dream of you every night. Darling, I'm never lonely whenever you're in sight. I love you for sentimental reasons. I hope you do believe me. I've given you my heart.
There you go. That's the original. That's the original version of For Sentimental Reasons, as done by Deke Watson and the Brown Dots. And again, featuring Joe King on lead. That's August 1945 on the Manor label, Sentimental Reasons. Let's move into 1946 now with a twin spin on Irving Berman's Manor record label. Now, in late 1949, Deke Watson was having trouble with the group, his Brown Dots, and he was always having conflicts similar to the one he had with member of the Ink Spots there, Bill Kenny. So the other members of the group, Jimmy Nabby, Pat Best, and Jimmy Gordon, they recruited their fourth member, his name Danny Owens, and they became the Sentimentalists. And the group had a long association with female singer Savannah Churchill, and together they recorded a number of tunes. I think around 12 or 20 songs they did together. And they recorded this tune written by Savannah Churchill. Now, copies of this come out two ways. They list the Sentimentalists. If I said it's a Sentimentalists. And other copies, like the one I have, list the four tunes. That's the way I have it. So let's go to December of 1946 now for Savannah Churchill and the Four Tunes. It's a song she wrote. This is the original version on the Manor label of I Want to Be Loved, parentheses, but by Only You. Savannah Churchill and the Four Tunes on a 78.
I want to be loved, but by only you. I shouldn't be so crazy about you, but what can I do? This feeling has me sighing, my dreams you're magnifying, but they don't ever come true. Oh, can't you love me just a wee bit little, 'cause I want to be loved, but by only you. I want to be loved, I want to be loved, but by only you, but by only you. I shouldn't be so crazy about you, but what can I do? This feeling has me sighing, my dreams you're magnifying, but they don't ever come true. Oh, can of me, just a wee bit little, 'cause I want to be loved but by only you. I wanna be hugged real tight, kissed day and night, but by only you.
There you go, Hiss and All from December 1946, Savannah Churchill and the Four Tunes there on the Manor record label. I Want to Be Loved, parentheses, but by Only You is the name of the tune. Early sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show, the All 78 show. If you're new to the program, just finding out about the Vinyl Treasure Show, why don't you consider subscribing to my YouTube channel? And please click the thumbs up if you enjoy what I'm doing, these 78 specials. It's kind of doing a ad hoc thing on a Thursday afternoon here. And also click the bell to get notifications when Johnny G goes live. So let's, actually what I really wanted to do here is I wanted that song, I Want to Be Loved, was covered by a number of artists. And I wanted to go out of year here for a comparison, kind of like a battle of the songs here on this, by this group originally from North Carolina. They were formed by a young Billy Bland. That same Billy Bland would have a big hit on the Old Town label, I think back in 1960, with Let the Little Girl Dance. But he formed this group that was discovered by Imperial A&R man Dave Bartholomew, and they would have two releases on the Imperial label. Their first was a song called Toy Bell, which isn't my favorite. I like the flip side better. And but this is their second release. This is the follow-up, which I really do like. It's a cover of that Savannah Churchill and the Four Tune song you just heard. This is kind of like a mini battle of the songs. This comes on a 45, but it's really hard. I've never seen the 45, but I did purchase the 78 a long time ago, and it's on a Flexi 78. Let's go to November of 1954 for the Bees on the Imperial label with their version of the tune I Want to Be Loved. The Bees.
I want to be loved, but only by you. I shouldn't be so crazy about you, but what can I do? What can I do? Just feeling, magnifying my dreams, are magnifying, but darling, they don't come true. Oh, can't you love me a little bit longer? 'Cause I want to be loved, but by only you. Only by you. I want to be loved. I want to be loved, but by only you. But by only by you. I shouldn't be crazy. I shouldn't be crazy. What can I do? What can I do? Just feeling, magnifying my dreams, are magnifying, but darling, they don't come true. Oh, can't you love me a little bit longer? I want to be loved only by you. Only by you.
There you go. That's 8 years later, from December 46 to November 54. Those are the Bees. It sounds like Billy Bland's the lead singer on there. Sounds like him. That's on the Imperial record label. Cool flexi disc there. I Want to Be Loved is the name of the tune, and the flexi discs play the greatest. I have to tell you that much. I have another one, but it could have been in better shape. Unfortunately, it is not, but we're going to play it anyway, as I did receive some requests for flip sides. That's easy to do. Flip side requests here is easy, so if you do want to hear a flip side for the next time, just let me know. Email me at vinyltreasures@aol.com. That is the contact email address. This is the second show that I do during the week. This is the day show. I'll be back on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time, 9 to midnight, for the 50s and early 60s edition, but I'll be playing 45s on that show and all your requests. Let's continue here, and let's move into 1948 now. We swing back to 48, and I don't know much about this group, but the band gets top billing on the label. This is on the Mercury label. They're known as Cootie Williams and his orchestra. That's on the label, and it gives each member of that orchestra. Cootie and Robert Merrill are on trumpet now. Rupert Cole, he's the alto sax guy. William Parker, the tenor sax guy. Arnold Jarvis is on piano. James Lowe is on guitar. Leonard Smith is the bass, and Sylvester Payne on the drums. And that is Cootie Williams and the orchestra. But the group here, the group singing on this is Billy Matthews and the Balladeers. Billy Matthews and the Balladeers. And it's their debut single, came out on the Mercury record label. The lead singer on this, his name is Eddie Mack. We go to February of 1948 on the Mercury label. Billy Matthews and the Balladeers. It's called I Love You, Yes, I Do.
I love you, yes I do. I want you, yes I do. I know you know it's true from the way I look at you. You love me, yes you do. You need me, I need you. That's why I'm never blue since I first laid eyes on you.
I guess you knew it from the start, from the day you took my heart. You're the one girl I'll always admire. Darling, you're my guiding star. I must be wherever you are.
You set my world on fire. I miss you, yes I do. Must hug and kiss you too. I'm yours my whole life through. I love you, yes I do. and kiss you too. I'm yours my whole life through. I love you, yes I do. I love you, yes I do.
There you go. They're from 1948, February 48. That's Billy Matthews and the Balladeers on the Mercury record label. I Love You, Yes I Do. That's Eddie Mack on lead there. They would have two more releases, I think on Jubilee Records in 1950 or 1950, I think it was. Anyway, let's move into 1949. Now, this is a flip side request from last week, actually for listener Casey Hines. Thank you, Casey, for your email and your big support of the 78 show. And I appreciate everybody that has contacted me to continue with the 78s. That's why I'm still doing this. So I continue to get the emails from people that are finding out about the show with these records. Originally, I wish I had everything mint. Unfortunately, I don't have it. But you get to hear the real thing here on the Vinyl Treasures show. Now, this is a flip side to a Four Tunes 78 that I played last week. I featured Careless Love. As that side featured Danny Owens on lead. He's also doing lead on the flip side. It's got some pops on this side, but let's go to April of 1949. This does come out on a 45. I think it's red vinyl or orange vinyl, I think, on the 45. But these are the Four Tunes by request for Casey Hines on RCA Records. It's called You're Heartless, the Four Tunes.
Why must I beg for your kiss after you made me fall? Why do you treat me like this? Have you no heart at all? Heartless, how can you be so cruel? You're heartless, making me play the fool. You build my dreams, then tumble them down. I speak of love, you call me a clown. Heartless, my heart is yours to take. Please take it, or it will surely break. Don't be so heartless, or there will be a heartless in me. Heartless, how can you be so cruel? You heartless, making me play the fool. You build my dreams, then tumble them down. I speak of love, you call me a clown. You heartless, my heart is yours to take. Please take it, or it will surely break. Don't be so heartless, or there will be a heartless in me. Don't be so heartless to me.
Yeah, I apologize for the pops in there, but I can't do anything about that. unfortunately, there. Maybe Darren, you can get those pops out of that record. I think you could, but there you go. April 1949. Those are the 4 tunes on the RCA record label. You're Heartless is the name of that one. That's by request for listener Casey Hines, and that is with lead singer Danny Owens there on lead. I have that on a 45, I think I do, on a 45, on a red or orange vinyl 45. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Thursday afternoon. Hope you're digging on the tunes. It's hot up here in the attic. I should put that air conditioning on. It says 77 and sunny here as it's beating down on it's beating down here on me. But let's move it to 1950 now with the debut single from this group from South Philadelphia. It's really a rare 78, by the way. And actually, I really want to thank listener Bob Bosco for providing me with information about this group. You know, he did a big write-up about this group back in 1996 for the trade magazine Echoes of the Past, that you should subscribe to, by the way. But also Frank Gingaro, listener here to the program, he is also a contributor to that magazine. But Bob says that this was the first integrated quartet, and they are Bobby Royce, Mickey Martin, Ricky Wells, and the bass of the group called Robbie. They forgot the last name of the group. They're all deceased now, unfortunately. But this was the A-side to their debut single. I do prefer the flip side, as does Bob, but I teased you with this record back in November called Don't Cry Darling. I think I played one of the Castells Heavenly Father 78, and I played this record. So I decided to play the A-side today, which is actually an answer song if you're familiar with a tune called Daddy's Little Girl. So I'm going to send this one out to Bob Bosco. This is the first of 2 on the Essex label. This is that pop label out of Philadelphia, but they're called the Mystery Quartet. This came out in April of 1950 on Essex Records. It's called Mommy's Boy. This is for Bob Bosco.
Mommy's boy, oh mommy's boy, you're the world to me. Turned up nose, ten baby toes, cute as you can be. Twinkling eyes shine through a dirty face. All your toys are out of place. Just your smile makes life worthwhile, because you're mommy's boy. Mommy's boy, yes, you're mommy's boy. Oh, you're the world to her. Turned up nose and 10 little baby toes, cute as you can be. Twinkling eyes shine through a dirty face. All your ties are out of place. Just Because your mommy's
That's the first of two for the Mystery Quartet. Did I say the Mystery Men? It's the Mystery Quartet. And that is the intended A side, but I think the flip side is so much better. I do. But if anybody's, if you're looking for the opposite of Daddy's Little Girl, that's the song to play at the weddings there. So maybe the people should listen to this show and then get that to play at the weddings for when they get married. Those are the guys, by the way. April 1950, the Mystery Quartet on the Essex label Mommy's Boy is the name of the two. Now, Bob also went on to say that the group members performed nightly at the Little Rathskeller. Was located at the corner of Broad and Spruce Streets in Philadelphia for about 2 years, beginning in 1950, to promote this song. And two of the members went on to join the Mellow Dots that recorded for the Apollo record label. Now, I do have that record on a 45, and I might have it on a 78 in messed up shape, but I have to check the boxes. I have a bunch of boxes here I still have to go through. So thank you all for being here. These are the early sides of rhythm and blues and pop rhythm and blues tunes here on the Vinyl Treasure Show for a Thursday afternoon. Again, if you like what you hear, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. Also, give me a thumbs up if you enjoy it as we continue here. We are in 1950. Let's play a flip side from last week, again requested by listener Casey Hines, and I featured the Shadows, their third release on Ed Levy's Lee label. It was called Don't Blame My Dreams, but Casey wanted to hear the flip side of the 45, so let's give it a 45. How about 78? Before I give it, before we file it back down in the No Humidity basement, it features a Scott King on lead, and I didn't show you the label close up because it's the same label on both sides, which is, kind of confusing for me, but this should be the right side here. These are the Shadows, and we'll send it out to Casey Hines, mid-1950 on Lee Records. It's called I'm Crying 'Cause You're Laughing at Me. These are the Shadows.
I am crying 'cause you're laughing at me. You fooled me with a heart that wasn't free. You knew all along it would end like this. We were playing, now I'm paying, for there's tears for every kiss. You know that I'm crying 'cause you're acting so strange. I'd like to do some laughing for a change. Now I'm all through trying for a love that will never be. I'm crying 'cause you're laughing at me. Crying
'cause you acting so strange. I'd like to do some laughing for a change. Now I'm all through trying for a love that will never be. I am crying, 'cause you're laughing at me. I'm crying 'cause you're laughing at me.
There you go. That's by request for listener Casey Hines. Those are the Shadows. The Shadows, their third release on the Lee record label, I'm Crying 'Cause You're Laughing at Me. There you go, Scott King, the lead singer on that. They have releases on the Sittin' In With label and also for the Decca record folks. I've featured those Decca releases here on the Saturday night show because I have them on 45. Johnny G here on a Thursday. We continue here, and we got one more 78 from the year 1950, although I think I do have another one that I went out of sequence with. But this is a duet with Esther Mae Jones and Melvin Lightsey, a.k.a. Little Esther and Mel Walker. Now, she was born in Galveston, Texas, and Johnny Otis heard her singing at a talent show at the Largo Theater in Los Angeles, and he asked her to join his Johnny Otis show. Johnny Otis was on the road, and she became like his lead vocalist. And her first two releases came out in late '49 on the Bahari Brothers Modern label. But then Johnny Otis would sign with Herman Lubinsky's Savoy Records. And her first Savoy release that would come out there with, of course, Johnny Otis with his orchestra backing her up was with the Robins, a song called Double Crossin' a Blues, which I do have on a 78, by the way. But let's give a listen to her fourth release on the Savoy label, this duet with Little Esther and Mel Walker, written by Johnny Otis from August 1950. It's called Deceivin' Blues, Little Esther and Mel Walker. There's some pops on this too, by the way.
To stop your running round, you're up to your old tricks, and you're acting like a clown. I'm gonna change your mind, Daddy, if you don't change your ways. You've had your way long enough. Now the situation's getting rough and tough, no stuff. All the days you've stood me up, I've been acting tame. But if you don't show up tonight, you'll never be the same. I'm gonna change your mind, Daddy, if you don't change your ways. You better bring it to my door, or don't bring it home anymore, anymore, anymore.
I'm too big for you to mess with, so don't bruise your little hip.
But I'll get you, Daddy, if I have to make 2 trips. I'm gonna change your mind, Daddy, if you don't change your ways. You better bring it to my door, or don't bring it home anymore, anymore, anymore. You don't know me, Daddy, I'm from across across the track.
And if you fool with me, mama, you'll have trouble getting back. I'm gonna change your mind, baby, if you don't change your ways. You better bring it to my door, or don't bring it home anymore. Now come on and kiss your daddy. That's it.
There you go, duets here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That's Little Esther and Mel Walker from August 1950 and Sermon Lubinsky's Savoy Records out of Newark, New Jersey. Deceivin' Blues is the name of the tune. Let's move into 1951 now, and I'm not sure this group is from, well, I'm not sure where this group is from, really. Their first two releases came out on the Merrow label, which was a New York-based label. That was in 1948, but then they had two releases on Art Roop's specialty label in 1951. The group included Richard Beck, Robert LaFox, Richard Wing, and the lead singer of the group. His name is Wiseman O. Moon. And this was recorded on August 3rd of 1949, but Roop released it on the specialty label 2 years later. I don't know why he kept it in the can for 2 years. It came out in August of 1951. Let's give a listen to this group called the Victorians. It's a little rough, this record here, the Victorians, but it's not on a 45, unless I think specialty may have reissued it, though, on a 45. It's from August, released in August 51. The Victorians on specialty. It's called I Guess I'm Satisfied. The Victorians.
Put me on the for somebody else. Now I'm alone and by myself. I guess you were satisfied. Yes, I guess you're satisfied. When I took you to be my friend, the way you treated me, you know it was a sin. Now I'm alone all by myself. Baby, you're satisfied. Now, baby, I'm cold and hungry, and my feet on the ground. It's raining outside, and the snow is falling down. When I had you, baby, you really made me glad. But the day you quit me, baby, you know you made me sad. When you put me on the shelf, yes, baby, for somebody else. Now I'm alone all by myself. Baby, you're satisfied. Now, baby, I'm cold and hungry and my feet on the ground. It's raining outside and the snow is falling down. When I had you, baby, you really made me glad. But the day you quit me, baby, you know you made me sad. When you put me on the shelf, yes, baby, for somebody else. Now I'm alone all by myself. Baby, you're satisfied. Yes, I guess you're satisfied. Oh, baby, I guess you're satisfied.
See, I tried to clean that record a little bit put it under the sink and rinsed it in the water there, but it ended up skipping more in the beginning there. It wasn't really... it's kind of weird. Some of when the 78's are not kind of like a little bit off center and that needle has to move, it has something to do. And also the skate thing. These two machines, they're great. Believe me, they're great. But sometimes the skate thing isn't the greatest. That's because there's some faulty things with the skate mechanism on these when you play the 78's on this. But so I apologize for those blips in the beginning of that song there. But unfortunately, there's nothing else that I can do with that. I wanted to make this. I made the arm a little heavier there, like 3 point something there, whatever. But those are the Victorians, August 1951, on the specialty label. I Guess I'm Satisfied. Hopefully, if you're satisfied with listening to these rare 78's, please give me a thumbs up. Also, if you have not yet done so, please subscribe to my YouTube channel. This is the second show of the week that we do in the afternoon. Been playing 1978's. Hopefully I'll get to the 1958. I've got a couple of records from 58 and the early and the mid 1950s that I often don't play here on the program. But let's stay in 1951. This great group out of Baltimore, Maryland. I have featured this on a 45. I have it on blue vinyl, which looks pretty cool. And the 45 of this plays excellent too. But this is a 78 that I got in that trade with Glenn Fousel. He had a whole bunch of store stock 78's, good stuff like this, and I traded him 3 Beatle albums and a little bit of cash, and he wanted some other albums like the Turtles and Stevie Wonder and a couple other rock albums that I had, the Dave Clark 5. So I said, all right, I'll trade them for these, and I'll tell you one of the records I did get out of the pack. It's coming up here later on. But this great group out of Baltimore, Maryland, signed with Sid Nathan's King Records in 1951, have some wonderful releases on the label. This is the group's third release for King, a song recorded at their second session for King Records, which was held in New York City on September 19th of 1951, and they released this in December of 51. It features the great Eddie Rich on lead. These are the Swallows on the King label, and their tune is called Eternally.
Why did you leave? Where can you be? I search for you eternally. I'm so alone. It's plain to see I long for you eternally. I never knew why did we part. I do know this, you broke my heart. Without you, dear, life cannot be. I love you till eternity. Come back, my sweet. Come back to me and stay
That's the great sound of Eddie Rich and the Swallows from December 51. That's on a 45, but I figured I'd play the 78 on Sid Nathan's King Records out of Cincinnati, Ohio, a song entitled Eternally. The flip side is a cool novelty. It ain't the meat, it's the motion, which maybe I'll play that. We'll see what happens here. Johnny G here on a Thursday. We continue here, go a little bit out of year for this next 78. Let's go back to 1950 for this record. This group first recorded for the Regal label back in 1949. They had 2 releases on the Regal label. This was their very next release, their 3rd overall release on the Marlowe label out of New York City. And I don't know anything about the group, but I do love this tune. Now, this song would be re-released on a 78 2 years later in 1952 on the Tritone label. But the title is different. But let's play the first one first. From 1950, let's give a listen to the Magic Chords. The Magic Chords on the Marlowe label. This is the first way. It's called If I Didn't Love You Like I Do. The Magic Chords.
I try to tell you from day to day what's in my heart, dear, but words could not say. Why feel this way about you if I didn't love you like I do? I go to bed now, round about 10. Dream of your kisses and wake up again. Why feel this way about you if I didn't love you like I do? On the radio they are playing a little on the lonely side. That's how I feel without you. And you know that loneliness is hard to hide. I'll in my letter, there's nothing new. I miss you, darling, you know that I do. Why feel this way about you if I didn't love you like I do? On the radio they are playing a little on the lonely side. I don't know why, that's how I feel without you. And you know that loneliness is hard to hide. Darling, I'll in my letter, there's nothing new. I miss you, darling, you know that I do. Why feel this way about you if I didn't love you like I do? If I didn't love you like I do.
As Johnny G almost gets caught here. There you go. Those are the Magic Chords. The Magic Chords from 1950. It's on the Marlowe record label. If I Didn't Love You Like I Do. When they re-released that on the Tritone label, the title changed. It was changed to Why Feel This Way About You. So take your pick. What would you prefer as being the title to that song? Either way, they do sing it on that. Anyway, Johnny G here on a Thursday. We have one more record in 1950. 1951. Let's go back to Herman Lubinsky's Not Savoy label this time, but let's go to his subsidiary Regent record label. This group, though, is out of New York. This is their debut single. It's a female lead with male backing. Her name is Goldie Boots Alsop, and the background group included her two brothers, Earl and George Alsop, along with Vernon Burt Palmer. And they go to November of 1951 for this release. It features Goldie Boots on lead, as mentioned on the label. They're called the Falcons. The Falcons on Regent Records. This is only on a 78. It's called How Blind Can You Be? The Falcons.
Look what you're doing, I'm all aglaze. You've got me walking in a beautiful haze. Gee, baby, how blind can you be? Blind can you be? You never see me when you go by. My heart starts spinning and it stops with a sigh. Gee, baby, how blind can you be? You almighty, graceful and neat. I long for the day when we will meet. I'll set you high on the throne and tell the gals you're mine alone. I've tried to show you how much I care, but all my scheming seems to get me nowhere. Gee, baby, how blind can you be? You almighty, graceful and neat. I long for the day when we will meet. I'll set you high on my throne and tell the gals you're mine alone. I've tried to show you how much I care, but all my scheming seems to get me nowhere. Gee, baby, how blind can you be? Gee, baby, how blind can you be?
I like that tune there. Those are the Falcons. Falcons from November 1951. That features Goldie Boots on lead. That's on the Regent record label, subsidiary of Savoy Records. How Blind Can You Be? As I was talking to my girlfriend Barbara yesterday, boy, is she blind. Not visually, but with a lot of things. But anyway, I digress. Let's continue here. Let's move into 1952 now, although this next record does come out on a 45. I just have never seen one. If I do, I will definitely pick it up. But I just couldn't resist the Powder Blue 78 DJ copy on this release. This group from Detroit, Michigan. They're called the Serenaders, also recording under different names like the Musketeers on the Roxy label. I think I got to find that record. I have that 78. Also recorded as the Royals on Venus and later as the Royal Jokers, but this was their first of two that they did on the Coral record label. It features Theron Hill on lead. Let's go to May of 1952. I like this record by the Serenaders on Coral Records. It's called It's Funny, the Serenaders.
Well, it's fine. funny. I loved you. It's the joke of the century. It's so funny now to everyone but you and me. They told us this would happen, and now my heart bleeds. It's so funny now to everyone but you and me. And now I cry, the one I love to say goodbye. My tears I cannot hide. She'll be gone a long time. Well, it's funny, my friends all laugh, and I am in misery. It's so funny now to everyone but you and me.
And now I cry, the one I love has said goodbye.
My tears I cannot hide.
She'll be gone a long, long time.
Well, it's funny, my friends all laugh, and I am in misery. It's so funny now to everyone but you and me.
May 1952 there with the Serenaders. That is Theron Hill. He's the lead singer on that. That's on the Coral record label. Nice tune there. It's Funny is the name of that one. That's their first of two on the Coral record label. They are on many different labels, JVB, Red Robin, Deluxe, and Swing Time, just to name a few there. They will return shortly here on the program, so stay tuned for that. We are in the year 1952. Let's give a listen to the Ravens here. And I have this on a 45. I think the last time I played it's been a couple years. I think it was Big Dave that requested this song a while back. But let's hear how it sounds on a 78. It's the group's sixth release for the Mercury record label, co-written by the lead singer. It's the bass lead, his name Jimmy Ricks. This is their sixth of 15 for the Mercury label from July of 52. The Ravens on Mercury. It's called Rock Me All Night Long. The Ravens.
Oh, why did you leave me? Oh, why did you have to go? Oh, yes you knew, that it would hurt me so. I'm all alone, I have nobody to call my own. And so I need somebody to rock me all night long. Well, the rain keep dropping on my window pane. Little bit of bad and driving me insane. Can't hear my baby when she call my name. Says I might get over it, but I'll never be the same. I need somebody to rock me all night long. Well, why don't you rock me? Rock me all night long. Baby, just hold me all night long. Just love me all night long. Ooh, squeeze me somebody to rock me all night long. Well, baby. Well, man, get with it.
You rock me, baby. Will you squeeze me, honey? Will you just love me, baby? Oh, spend all my money all night long. Well, I need somebody to rock me all night long. Yeah. Love me, rock me all night long. Just roll me, mama. Rock me all night long. Oh, hold me, baby. Hold me all night long. Yeah, love me, honey. Love me all night long. Well, I need somebody to rock me all night long.
That's Jimmy Ricks. Jimmy Ricks and the Ravens with a cool rockin' tune there from July 1952. Mercury Records, Rock Me All Night Long is the name of the tune. That's their sixth release on the Mercury label. I do have that on a 45 too, but it sounds so great on the 78's. Let's continue here in 1952. Been featuring the great Five Keys on the All 78 show, so I will continue to do that. Let's give a listen to their sixth release on Eddie and Leo Mesner's Aladdin record label. They did 3 songs at their 7th session for Aladdin Records, which was held at Radio Recorders in Hollywood, California. I Cried for You was one, Hold Me was another, and this song was also recorded at that 7th session. It features Rudy West on lead, along with Dickie Smith comes in on the bridge here. Let's go to May of 1952, the great sound of the Five Keys on the Aladdin label on a 78. It's called How Long, the Five Keys.
How long will you want me? How long will you stay? How long will I need you? Forever and a day. How long will you love me? Will it come to an end till you tell me yes? I'll be loving you till then. How long will it last? Or will I soon be in your past? My love never dies, but you've been telling me lies. How long will you hold me? How long will you stay? How long will I need you? Forever forever and a day. Tell me, how long will it last? Or will I soon be in your past? My love never dies, but you've been telling me lies. How long will I warn you? How long will you stay? How long will I need you? Forever and a day.
That sounds really good on a 78. I have it on a 45 too, by the way. So, like, should I get rid of the 78? Not when it sounds like that. You see, when the records are clean, they sound great. I have to say, the great 5 keys there. Rudy West on the 5 keys, May 1952, on the Aladdin record label. How Long is the name of the tune? What a great tune that is. As we continue here in 1952, here's another one that I do have on a 45, but here it is on a 78 here, as this was actually popular. I think the last time I played this was for the UK crowd. Mandy Williams requested this a while back, this great group from Harlem, New York, formed by 2 ex-members of the Dominoes, both Charlie White and bass singer Bill Brown, and this was their second release on Sid Nathan's King record label, with the bass lead of Bill Brown is on lead here, November 1952. On King Records, The Checkers on a 78. It's called Let Me Come Back. The Checkers.
I wanna come back to you, baby, where I belong. Well, I wanna come back, 'cause I know I've done you wrong. I have cheated, I've lied, I know how much you have cried. Let me come back where I belong. Let me come back to you, baby, where I belong. Let me come back, and I'll never do you wrong. I know it's a low down shame, the way I did you I'm to pay. Let me come back where I belong. I've had a little talk with my own self. I know there can't be no one there. I'm sorry, baby, 'cause I know I've done you wrong. Let me come back where I belong. Move it, blow, blow. Let me come back. Let me come back. Jump, jump, jump. Let me come back. Your home, so sure you'll wait, and now I hope it's not too late. Have mercy, mercy, baby, 'cause I know I've done you wrong. Let me come back where I belong. I wanna come back to you, baby, where I belong. Well, I wanna come back, 'cause I never did you wrong. I have cheated, have lied, I know how much you have cried. Let me come back where I belong. Let me come back where
That's Bill Brown on lead there with the Checkers. November 1952 release. That's Sid Nathan's King Records again. Let Me Come Back is the name of the tune here. Let's move to 1953 now. This is a flip side from last week. I featured this 78. This comes on a 45 too, by the way, which I've never seen a 45 of this. But the song I featured last week was called Hey Papa, came out on Leonard Chess's Checker record label, and like I said, I wish I owned the 45 on this, but I don't. But this is the flip side here, and the interesting thing about this record, this song, this version of this song, became more popular after the release of a British film, a 1992 film. If anybody is familiar with that film, it was called The Crying Game. It was done, this female impersonator did lip sync to this song. She was in some bar or something, and I'm like, what are they playing? They were playing this record, and you know, it was like just lip syncing to this song, which was kind of odd. But anyway, they did that, and whoever put that in the movie must have liked this song here. But anyway, it's from October 1953. They're called the Blue Jays. The Blue Jays on the Checker label. I don't have it on a 45, I have it on a 78, and their rendition of the tune White Cliffs of Dover. The Blue Jays. forgot to mention that saxophone there. That's Gene Emmons on saxophone there from October 53. Those are the Blue Jays on the Checker label, White Cliffs of Dover, the name of the tune. I tell you, I was like freaking out when the female impersonator was singing that song in that bar. I was like, what was going on there? But anyway, Johnny G here on a Thursday afternoon. Hope you're digging on the tunes. If you have not yet, subscribe to my YouTube channel. Please do that. And also give me a thumbs up if you enjoy what you're hearing. Nobody does this. Nobody gives the... Did I tell you that somebody said for me to like be quiet and just play the damn music? I was like, it kind of like ticked me off a little bit. Some listener telling me what to do. But anyway, you can go somewhere else. If you don't like what you hear, that's too bad. The splice of life is picking what you like to hear. You don't change what I do. You can go elsewhere if you don't like it. That's for anybody else that doesn't like what I do. But I like what I do as long as I get enjoyment and you share in my enjoyment. That's what I like to hear. Johnny G here on a Thursday afternoon as we continue here. And we are in the year 1953 here. And I don't really feature a lot of blues 45s or 78s for that matter here on the program. But I think this is an expensive blues 78. I don't think this is on 45. And this is on Sam Phillips' Sun record label, and I got a bunch of Sun 78s in that trade with Glenn, and he constantly said to me, "You got the better deal." So I don't know what this record sells for now. Maybe it's expensive, but I don't think it's on a 45. And I'm going to send this one out to Dennis Fluharty because he asked me for a blues show to do, so I will play blues from time to time. And again, I told you, I traded with Glenn Fousel. He was working for Louis Silvani at the time. Unfortunately, he passed away. But this is on Sun Records. And let me see. Wait a minute. What did I say here? And this is in nice shape. It was part of the... So this singer goes by the name of Joe Hill Lewis. Joe Hill Lewis is this blues singer from January 53 on Sun Records. It's called She May Be Yours, parentheses, but She Comes to See Me Sometimes. Joe Hill Lewis. We'll send it out to Dennis. Whoops.
Well, she may be yours, but she come to see me sometimes.
That's Harmonica Blues here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. There you go, on the original Sun record label there. Those are... I was going to say the Crickets. No, that is Joe Hill Lewis from January 1963 on the Sun record label. She may be yours, parentheses, but she comes to see me sometime. Okay, that sounds pretty good. There you go. That's our blues. That's our blues 78 here for the afternoon. Let's stay in 1953, and this group, they come from the Morrisania section of the Bronx. They met up with Joe Davis, who would independently record them, and would lease out some tracks to the MGM record label. Had 2 releases on MGM Records. Then Davis created his own label, JD Records, and their very first release was number 777, was done by this group. They were called the Crickets, but this is their 3rd release on the JD record label, and it features Dean Barlow on lead. Let's go to December of 1953. For you collectors out there, the true first press is on the pink JD label, which I have both on a 45 and on a 78. So let's give it a spin here on a 78. These are the Crickets on JD Records. It's called Changing Partners.
We were waltzing together to a dreamy melody when they called out, change partners, and you waltz away from me. Now my arms are so empty as I gaze around the floor, and I'll keep on changing partners till I hold you once more. Though we danced for one moment, and too soon we had to part in that wonderful moment. Something happened to my heart, so I'll keep changing partners till you're in my arms again. Oh, my darling, I will never change partners again.
We danced for one moment, and too soon we had to part in that wonderful moment. Something happened to my heart.
So I keep changing partners till you're in my arms again. Oh, my darling, I will never change partners again.
As Dean Barlow and the Crickets there from December 53. It's on the JD record label. Changing Partners is the name of the tune. As I mentioned, that also comes out on the yellow JD record label. I think that was another one I got from Glenn, along with that Joe Hill Lewis 78. Johnny G here on a Thursday as we continue. Let's move into 1954 now. And this gal was one of the most influential and prolific songwriters of the 1950s and early 60s as when it comes to R&B and group harmony. She wrote over 850 songs, and many with her writing partner Charlie Singleton, who she was born in Oneida, Arkansas back in 1922. Then she moved to New York City in 1942 at the age of 19, earning a living by ironing shirts and singing in nightclubs. Then in 1952, she had her first release, which came out on the Wheeler record label. Now, after that release, she concentrated on writing songs. But then in December of 54, she would do another single, her second release, and her real name was Marie Hinton, but she's used the alias for the majority of her career as Rosemarie McCoy. And this is on the Cat label. It's a subsidiary of Atlantic Records. This is from December of 54. She wrote this with her partner of 8 years, Charlie Singleton, and they also recorded, by the way, in 56 for RCA as Charlie and Rose. But this is a solo release by Rosemarie McCoy on the Cat label, December 54. It's called Dippin' in My Business. Rosemarie McCoy on a 78, and this is on a 45 too.
I got me a 19-year-old jitterbug, and all my neighbors get jealous when they see us hug. I left my house this morning about 3:30. They all hushed their windows and started peeping at me. They ought to stop dipping in my business. They ought to stop dipping in my business, 'cause I'm old enough to do just what I want to do. I had me a party, lasted all night long. They all started looking like something was wrong. I came in tipsy last Saturday night. The next day somebody told me that wasn't right. Why don't they stop dipping in my business? They ought to stop dipping in my business, 'cause I ain't nobody's fool, and I do just like I want to. Play the number with the number man, I can hear them gossiping all they can. Honey, don't let me come home riding in a Cadillac. They all be digging me when I get back. They ought to stop dipping in my business. They ought to stop dipping in my business, 'cause I've been around and I do just like I wanna do. I play my television way up loud, and every time I do it, I draw a crowd. They all start looking with their faces frown, but I can't help it if they just ain't down. They ought to stop dipping in my business. They ought to stop dipping in my business, 'cause I'm old enough and I do just like I wanna do.
There you go. That's a great sax break there, right in the middle of that record there. Rosemarie McCoy's her name. December 1954 release. It's on the Cat record label. Dippin' in My Business. It sounded like she was saying something else, but anyway, there you go. And that's on the Cat label. The 78 labels on that are black. The 45s are those maroonish brown with the gold print, I think. Anyway, Johnny G spinning 78's here on this hot day here. It's actually hot up here. Got to turn the AC on, but I got my banner blocking it over there. But let's stay in 1954. Now, we heard from this group earlier in the program. If you remember, I played the Serenaders on the choral label It's Funny from May of 1952. Well, this group returns. They also recorded as the Royals on the Venus record label. And again, it features Theron Hill on lead. And I got this from Glenn Fousel again in that trade. So let's go to October of 1954. These are the Royals, a.k.a. the Serenaders, a.k.a. the Royal Jokers on the Venus record label. It's called Someday We'll Meet Again, the Royals.
Someday we'll meet again, someplace, somewhere, but when I can never be the same until we meet again. Will my waiting be in vain? I love you and you're to blame. Will you please come back to me? And in this misery, why can't you see how much you mean to me? Why can't you see? Oh, how my heart bleeds. Someday we'll meet again, someplace, somewhere, but when I can never be the same until we meet again.
That sounds so much better than my 45 there. Those are the Royals, a.k.a. the Serenaders. They're from October 1954. That's Theron Hill, the lead singer on that. Someday We'll Meet Again is the name of the tune. That's on the Venus record label. Now, they wanted... Well, this record was re-released in 1957 on the Dawn record label as the Scooters. Now the 45 is messed up. They sound like chipmunks singing, but I wonder how the 78 plays. If anybody has that on a 78, email Johnny G. I'm just curious how the 78 plays by the Scooters. I'm sure it's on a 78 from 1957. But anyway, let's continue here in 1954, and this is a B-side request for listener Casey Hines. I featured a Gospel 78 last week, and speaking of gospel, Speaking of gospel songs, next Thursday at this time slot, 1 o'clock till 4 o'clock, I will have an in-studio guest here, guest collector Bill Obleby here. That's next Thursday, May 9th, 2024, from 1 p.m. to 4. He will be presenting his second gospel special, featuring many rare 50s and 60s gospel and spiritual recordings. A lot will be on many obscure small labels, both on 45s and LPs, and the records will be from the personal collections of Bill Olb and Gordy Freeman, who is in our YouTube chat room. So the broadcast will be live next Thursday and archived on my YouTube channel in case you missed it. So save the date. You can go there on my YouTube page and you can click the notify me button so you'll get an email when I go live, so don't miss it. You can always hear it on the archive. And again, Bill's show he did, the first show was October 16th of 2023. You can find it on my YouTube page, so check it out. And he'll be playing more of the obscure things, although I'm not going to say that this 78 or 45 is not obscure. And but anyway, but things that have never been heard by certain groups we may have never heard of before. So stay tuned for that. And he will go into the 1960s, so it's not only a lot of early stuff. It'll be some mid-range stuff from the mid-50s, from the late 50s, and from the early 1960s, and maybe later too. So tune in and find out. Let's continue here, and this is a request for listener Casey Hines. It's a flip side from last week, a Gospel 78 that I featured by the Harmonizing Four on Ivan Ballin's Gotham record label. Now, last week I played the song Come Over Here. Let's give a listen to the flip side. This also comes on a 45, but I don't know if the sound quality is as good, but you can be the judge. From 1954, the Harmonizing Four on Gotham, going out to Casey Hines. It's called What? It's a question. What do you know?
Oh, what you know? What you know? What you know about? What do you know? What you know about the Lord? What you know? What you know? Yeah, well, Jesus, He's the great Lord. Yeah, Lord, you know? What you know? What you know about Jesus? Jesus, what do you know? What you know? What you know? What do you know? What you know? What you know? What you know, what you know about yeah, Jesus, and in love, He's the great and heavy, great
you go on a 78, a Gotham 78. Those are the Harmonizing Four from 1954. That is a by request for a Casey Hines. What Do You Know is the name of the tune. The thing that I know is that I play original vinyl. It could be 45 or 78, and I've even played LPs. The only thing I haven't played was those 16 and a third things, which I probably have somewhere down in the no humidity basement. But anyway, let's stay in 1954. Actually, this was a request for listener Edmund Williams, as I don't have this on a 45. It just kind of slipped through the crack, but I have it on a 78 as we go to Monty Bruce's Bruce record label for this great group out of Harlem, New York. And they have so many great songs through the years on many different labels, on Bruce Records, which this is on Bruce, also on Rama and Paradise and G Records, and later on into the early 1960s. And we're so, we're so used to hearing Willie Winfield on lead with the Harptones here, but this was the only Bruce record that Willie is not doing lead on either the A or the B side. It's the only record like that. And it features here Nicky Clark is on lead, and Nicky Clark was in and out of the group there for a while, and he was also a member of the Five Crowns. And the flip side of this is a song called Mambo Boogie, which I think was the intended A side, but Edmund requested the ballad side, and it does a nice job on this from July 1954. I have this on a Bruce 78. These are the Harptones. It's called I Depended on You with Nicky Clark on lead for Edmund.
Fulfill my schemes, believed you right from the start. You took my heart. You said that you would love me and adore me, and I depended on you. Ooh, I'm sorry our love didn't last. It's gone, it's true, and now think of the past, but I love you. I'll always have a prayer in my heart, for I depended on you. I'm sorry our love didn't last. It's gone, it's true, and now I think of the past, but I love you. Whoa, whoa, whoa. I'll always have a prayer in my heart, for I
That's by request for Edmund Williams there. Sound you often don't hear this song by the Harptones, but that is Willie Winfield is not on lead there. Lead singer there is Nicky Clark, July 1954 on the Bruce record label. I Depended on You. Did I even name that? I don't know if I named the song there as I lose my mind. As we are in the year 1954. Well, I played the flip side of this record last week. A song called, oh, Jesus. Hey Senorita is what it was, but anyway, I figured, I said, well, look, we got to play the A side the way it's, because it sounds so great on a 78. And believe me, my aunt, her first record that she ever purchased, my Aunt Mary, was this song on a 78. I'm sorry, 78. She was 11 years old when she bought this record, released in September of 1954. It actually really needs no introduction, and it features Cleve Duncan on lead. We go to Dootsy Williams' Dutone record label, playing it on the maroon label. I have it on 78 on the shiny red. I have it on maroon. I have it on blue. I don't know if I have it on a black 78 label, but I do have it on blue. It's September 54. The Penguins on Dutone with a classic. It's called Earth Angel, parentheses, Will You Be Mine, on a 78.
Earth angel, earth angel, will you be mine, my darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. Earth angel, the one I adore, love you forever and evermore. I'm just a fool in love with you. I fell for you, and I knew the vision of your loveliness. I hoped and I prayed that someday I'll be the vision of your happiness. Oh, earth angel, please be mine, my darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you. I fell for you, and I knew the vision of your loveliness. I hope and pray that someday that I'll be the vision of your happiness. Earth angel, please be mine, my darling dear, love you all the time. I'm just a fool in love with you.
Oh, sounds so great on a 78 there, doesn't it? Those are the Penguins, Cleve Duncan and the Penguins. That's a classic from September 1954 on the Dutone 78. Earth Angel, Will You Be Mine? Yes, a Lionheart Roar. That is, the original doesn't have the piano intro. It starts off like, just like, and it was funny because I was so used to hearing the piano intro, which is on the Art LeBeau Oldies But Goodies album and even the reissues that you buy, but not on the original. It's interesting that happened. But anyway, let's continue. Let's move into 1955. Here's a flip side from last week. I told you I found this 78 in the wild for 5 cents. You can't go wrong. As we go back to the Morrisania section of the Bronx, played the flip side of this last week on Joe Davis's JD record label. Featured the Mellows, Lillian Leach and the Mellows, with their fourth and final release for the JD record label called Yesterday's Memories. But let's give a listen to the flip side here. It's a great two-sided 78 here from August 55. Lillian Leach and the Mellows on the JD record label. It's called Lovable Lily.
Who's that?
I stay dressed to the T.
Who's that?
All men love to look at me.
Who's that?
Say it's sweet and plain, 'cause Lovable Lily is my
Out
name.
there, who's that?
When I'm walking down the street,
Who's that?
all the boys turn and take a peek. They all try in vain. 'Cause Lovable Lily is my name. I am the sweetest girl in town. I got all kinds hanging around. They all know my technique is new, makes them tingle through and through.
Who's that?
Wonder what makes them so hot. Ain't got no more than the next one's got. What I've got sure brought me fame. Lovable Lily is my name.
Who's that?
When I'm walking down the street,
Who's that?
all the boys turn and take a peek. They all try in vain. 'Cause Lovable Lily is my name.
She is the greatest girl in town. She got all kinds hanging around. They all know her technique is new. Makes them tingle, 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 tingle.
Wonder what makes them so hot.
Who's that?
Ain't got no more than the next one's got.
Who's that?
What I've got sure brought me fame.
Who's that?
Lovable Lily is my
Out
name.
there.
Lovable Lily is her name.
Can't tell you how thrilled I was when I found that. I didn't have it on a 45 yet, but I had it on the 78 there. The great sound of Lillian Leach and the Mellows, August 1955 release on Joe Davis's JD record label. Lovable Lily is the name of the tune. They also have releases on the Celeste label. I think maybe I have one of those. I gotta check the boxes if I have the Celeste, and I do have one of the Celeste 45s. I also have their releases on the Candlelight record label. We are in the year 1955. I can't believe we started off with 1944. Here we are in 1955. You see how the music has progressed, and the quality of the 78s has gotten better too, by the way. And here's another flip side from last week as we head to Chicago to Al Benson's Parrot record label. I featured the group's first release on the Parrot record label called You're Everything to Me, is done by the Orchids. Well, let's hear the flip side here before we file it back down in the No Humidity basement. Again, it features Gilbert Warren on lead from June 1955. These are the Orchids on the Parrot label. It's called Newlywed.
Dolo, do 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 so good now, now that you're home, now that we're married, now that we're newlywed. Oh, you said you love me, oh, I can plainly see we'll be together for eternity. Now that we're married, now that we're newlywed. Now we're back from our honeymoon. That little time passed so soon. Heart was broken in two. Don't leave me here. What will I do? You said you loved me, oh, I can plainly see we'll be together for eternity. Now that we're married, now that we're newlywed. Now we're back from our honeymoon. That little time passed so soon. My heart was broken in two. Don't leave me here. What will I do? You said you loved me, oh, I can plainly see we'll be together for eternity. Now that we're married, now that we're newlywed. Now, 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 now.
June 1955, release there for the sound of the Orchids. The Orchids, Gilbert Warren on lead. That's on the Parrot label out of Chicago. The song called Newlywed is the name of the tune. We stay in 1955. Here's a song I've never featured here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. This is on a 45, but this singer is basically a blues singer, musician, songwriter, arranger, and record producer, born in Vicksburg, Mississippi, but he signed with Leonard Chess's Chess label, Chess, I should say, or Checker Records back in 1951. I collect both the Chess and the Checker labels, and this is on the this one is on Checker, and this is one with a vocal group backing him up, and they're called the All Stars, but in reality they're known as the Big Three Trio. This song recorded in May of 1955, released in July of 55. Now the Big Three Trio, they were Leonard Caston, Ollie Crawford, and Bobby Davis, I think, and also Willie Dixon was with them in the early days. Let's go to July of 56. This is Willie Dixon and the All-Stars, aka the Big Three Trio, on Checker Records. It's called If You're Mine.
Well, I love and you love, and that's all we think of. Baby, I'll be your lover if you're mine, if you're mine. Well, I kiss and you kiss. It's too bad it's like this. Baby, I'll be your lover if you're mine, if you're mine. It's too bad, baby, but you got to go. You're so sweet till I love you so. You are honey, but the birds and the bees don't know. They won't find out until I tell them so. Well, I try, you try, 'cause that's just when they
July 1955 release there for Willie Dixon and the All-Stars on the Checker record label. If Your Mind is the name of the tune as we start to wind down here. I was a little bit late. It was like 16 minutes late here to begin the program, so we're going to just go a little bit more overtime here as I catch up here. Got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 records to go here before we sign off here. Now, this next singer, I never played this record either, or this song either on the program. This singer from Kirbyville, Texas, first recorded back in 1933, had his first R&B hit in 1946 on the exclusive record label. It was called Blues at Sunrise, but he's best known for a 1956 release called Since I Met You Baby, plus a couple others, I think, on the Atlantic record label. But he recorded for a number of different labels during his career. But he signed with Atlantic in 1955, would have 11 releases through 1959. This is his second from 1956 with a group called the Ivory Tones. But the Ivory Tones were really the Q's. They are backing him up. Let's go to February of 1956 with Ivory Joe Hunter and the Ivory Tones on the Atlantic record label. It's called I Need You by My Side.
I need you by my side, need you every day, because I've missed you so in so many ways. We vowed our hearts would be as one, but it was not to be, 'cause you broke your vow, my darling, when you turned away from me. I need you by my side. Please don't act this way. Don't make me wait until our love goes astray. 'Cause ever since you said goodbye, I've had tear-dimmed eyes. That's why I need you by my side.
That's on a Stone Mint 78. It sounds great. I have to say, so much better than the 45. That's Ivory Joe Hunter and the Ivory Tones, a.k.a. the Q's, February 1956. on Atlantic Records, I Need You by My Side is the name of the tune. It was unfortunate that we lost Ivory Joe Hunter on November 8th of 1974. He was 60 years old, and he died from lung cancer, but we remember him here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Here's another one of those 78s that I picked up from Glenn Fousel. This vocal quartet recorded 2 on Sol Rabinowitz's Baton record label. I have this on a 45. I have both of them on a 45. This was their first release, written by group member Sylvester Bradford. It features Cortez Franklin on lead. Let's go to May of 1956. They're called the Suburbans. The Suburbans on the Baton label. And the song is called I Remember.
I remember that lovely day in spring when you promised all that love could bring. Oh, oh, darling, how could you forget? I remember the way it used to be every moment, just filled with ecstasy. Oh, oh, darling, how could you forget? You went away on a vacation train. You promised that your love would just be mine. Now that you're back, you're acting mighty strange. Oh, tell me, baby,
Baby, did you change your mind?
I remember you used to hold me tight, such good loving until the broad daylight. Oh, oh, darling, how could you forget? That your love would just be mine. Now that you're back, you're acting mighty strange. Oh, tell me, baby,
Baby, did you change your mind?
I remember you used to hold me tight, such good loving until the broad daylight. Oh, oh, darling, how could you forget?
That's Cortez Franklin and the Suburbans from May 1956. It's on the Baton record label. That's their first of 2 on Baton, a song entitled I Remember. Interesting thing with the Baton 78's, all the stock copies on Baton are on the yellow label, but the early Batons are shiny red, and then they went to like this the flat orange label. Pretty cool for the 78's. That's why some of these 78's, they just the logos look real and the labels look really, really cool. As we continue here, and we got one more. Oh, the copyright police all of a sudden geared their terrible heads here, but we stay in 1956 with this B-side. We go to Chicago. You know, this group's biggest hit was a song called Up on the Mountain, but I prefer the B-side of the 45, tune written by the group's manager, the magnificent Montague, and this side doesn't feature Johnny Keys on lead. The lead singer on this is a Thurman Ray Ramsey. So this is the B-side to Up on the Mountain from April 56. Of course, I have this on a 45. There's some pops in this 78 here, but I think it pretty much plays nice. The Magnificents on the VJ record label with a B-side. It's called Why Did She Go?
Bo, 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 bo. Darling, bo, bo, bo. Sweetheart, sugar, honey, darling, baby. Oh, I've lost her. Where did she go? I've lost her. Oh, I need her so, both night and day. Why did she go away? Did she go away? I love her, and she once loved me. Oh, oh my dear, please come back to me. So all alone. Why did she go? Why did she go? I remember the night that she said that she loved me so. But she's gone away and she's caused me pain, caused me misery. Oh, oh, oh. I love you. Please come back to me. Oh, oh my dear, say that you miss me so all alone, because I love her so. Love her so.
B-sides here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. That sounds like a New York record. Doesn't sound like a Chicago record, but it is a Chicago record. The Magnificence there from April 1956 on the VJ record label. Why Did She Go? That is the flip side of Up on the Mountain with the lead singer Thurman Ray Ramsey on lead. 3 more 45s to go before we sign off here. I'm going a little longer than I really wanted to, but this group had a monster hit back in 1957. You all know the song called Silhouettes. I've actually featured it not too long ago. I made one of the countdowns that we did. I featured it on the original label XYZ Records, but initially in late 1955 they first recorded for the Chess label. Their first release was a song called Tippity Top, but later when they signed with Bob Crew's XYZ label, when Silhouettes was climbing the charts, Leonard Chess decided to capitalize on that hit. He tried to, at least, and he put out the group's second Chess release, and it features Hal Miller on lead. Now, nationally, the record came out on Chess Records, but locally in Chicago, it was released on the Argo label, and I happen to have it on a 78. This was, again, one of Glenn's batch with that trade I did with the Beatles LP. Let's go to November of 1957. This is Hal Miller and the Rays on the Argo record label. It's called Second Fiddle.
Don't remember the night when we met. Try not to remember, and please forget. All of these things are faded and gone. Who's playing second fiddle now? Love was so different. But how could you know love will follow you
That's Hal Miller and the Rays on a 78. Sounds so cool. On a 78 on the Argo label, November 1957, Second Fiddle. Johnny G ain't playing second fiddle to no one. 2 more 45s to go on the All 78 special. And this actually last week I closed the show with this great group out of Gary, Indiana called the Spaniels. I closed with the B-side to their 15th release on the VJ record label, a song called Here Is Why I Love You. But Casey Hines, he asked Johnny G to flip it over, and decided to play the A side of this because they do a decent up-tempo version of this tune. Let's go to July of 1958 on a VJ 78 for Pookie Hudson and the Spaniels and their rendition of the tune Stormy Weather. This is going out to listener Casey Hines.
I don't know why. There's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather. Since me and my gal ain't been together. Keeps raining all the time. All time. Life is bare, and gloom and misery's everywhere. It's stormy weather. Me and my gal ain't been together. Keeps raining all the time. Since you went away, the blues walked in and met me. You don't come back to stay. Old rocking chair will get me. And all I do is pray that the Lord above will let me walk in the sun. Can't go on, and everything I have is gone. Stormy weather. Since me and my gal ain't been together. Keeps raining all the time. All time. Stormy weather. Since me and my gal ain't been together. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time. Keeps raining all the time.
That's the great sound of Pookie Hudson and the Spaniels there on a 78. That was another one that came in the Glenn Fousel batch there, sounding so good on a 78. That was released in July of 1958. The Spaniels on the VJ label with Stormy Weather. We'll send that one out to listener Casey Hines. That's going to do it for Johnny G and the Vinyl Treasure Show. I want to thank you for joining Johnny G. I apologize for being late today, but sometimes things get in the way, so I guess maybe some things are worth waiting for, maybe not for some of you. So thank you all for being here and tuning into the program and all your interest in these great 78s. If you want me to continue with doing this 78 show, please voice your opinion to me. Do you like those early sounds from the 1940s, the mid-1940s and whatnot? I can continue to do those. If not, I can go more toward the mid-1950s stuff. I don't know what else I'm going to find, but as I find the records, I do have a lot more to do. So anyway, we will be taking a break next Thursday, I will have in-studio guest Bill Obe with the second gospel special here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. So make sure you mark your calendars for next Thursday from 1 p.m. Eastern Time till 4 p.m. Bill will be my in-studio guest for the gospel show. So that's going to be a good thing. Johnny G will just sit back and ask questions, and Bill will present the music. And I will show you the records too, by the way. So stay tuned for that. So thank you all for being here. Again, if you missed any of the program, it'll be up momentarily on my YouTube. You won't see the chat. And then you can also go to vinyltreasures.net to listen to the stream if you like the stream. I know some of you do that. So again, thank you all again for being here. I'll be back on Saturday night at 9 p.m. Eastern Time for the 50s and early 60s show. That's all 45s as requested by you, the listener. If I have it, I'll play it. But anyway, thank you all for being here. Our closer tonight is a great girl group sound from June of 1958. This great girl group from the Bronx, New York. I'm talking about Arlene Smith and the Chantels. This was, let's see. This was, I forget which one this was, but this was a song she co-wrote. This was a number 13 record on WGES in Chicago, Illinois, June 1958. Our closer, Arlene Smith and the Chantels on George Gallner's End record label. It's called I got Pray here. That's not right. It's called If You Try. Charlene, I messed that up. Song entitled If You Try. That's going to do it, folks. Thank you all for being here. I'll see you next time right here on the Vinyl Treasure Show. Just want to say, everybody, so long, the Chantels.